the scariest teams in the NBA. Now, this could be scared of them because they're scary and you don't want to play them.
Yeah.
Or it could be teams that should be nervous right now, or fan bases that should be nervous. What do you think are some of the scariest teams in the NBA?
I'd rather go scary teams that I don't want to face.
Okay.
I mean, I have a handful of them. I don't know if you want to go band for band or you want me to just rattle them
Yeah,
all.
I have a couple, so we can go band for band.
All right. The first one, obviously, we're talking about the Boston Celtics.
Of course.
I cannot imagine. Look, if I'm in the East, especially, and I'm the Knicks or I'm the Pacers who you've disrespected or whoever. If I'm someone who matters in the East,
Yes.
I feel pretty discouraged. Even like the Pacers just winning that game. Everything you said is true. I mean, the Celtics had a terrible shooting night, and you barely got out of there. And you had a monster lead.
Yeah.
And you were at home, to your point.
Right.
Even though I do believe in the Pacers more than you still kind of have to feel like, man, that team is a juggernaut over there in Boston. So,
Yes.
you know, if and I know Cat's playing well, Knicks are figuring it out, Embiid's coming, but man, I just, from what I've seen from the Celtics so far in this young season, if I'm an Eastern Conference real contender, I don't feel great about my chances. You got to roll the ball out and play the games. You know, I'm not saying I'm scared if I'm playing against Tatum and Brown, but I can't feel that confident.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's a scary-ass team.
That's the number one team that I had to people should be afraid of.
I mean,
right now.
they're scary.
They're the scariest team in the league.
Can I ask you this? Could they be better than they were last year in your mind?
100%. I already think they are, because now Drew understands full offseason with this team, already played a full season with this team.
Yeah.
So they're clicking. They're more leaning into the roles that that Mazzulla wanted them to be, right?
Yeah.
The year before that, coming in the last year, Mazzulla wasn't the head coach, you know what I mean? Like, knowing, like, for sure, whatever. The season before, it was kind of like, will he be the head coach of the future, blah, 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 whatever, right?
Right.
Last year was their first year together, right? And this is year 2 of that. You don't have KP at the beginning of it.
But he's coming.
And he's coming. And they're talking about December. We talked about January. They're talking about December, maybe earlier than that.
Right.
So he's only going to add to this team and their scariness factor. So I think this team is definitely going to win more than 64 games. I've come out here and said that they're probably going to be in the 68 to 70 range this year, possibly. And when I look at a game, again, against the Pacers, where the Jays shoot 6 for 29 from 3, and they lose by 3 on the road in overtime. I say, how can this team not, a team that you think, the Pacers, that you think is the Eastern Conference contender, how can this team not?
Right.
You know what I mean? Be as good as that. So, or better than last year. So, yeah, that's my thing. I have the Celtics up there, a team that I also think that people are going to make fun of me for. But I'm being dead serious.
By people, you mean me, because here it comes.
And everybody else.
Who?
Everybody should be afraid to play the Detroit Pistons. Yeah, laugh it up.
Wait. Rip Hamilton walking through that door. Is Ben Wallace and that big ass bro walking through that door? Is Joe Dumars walking through that door? Is Isaiah Thomas, not the one that played for the Celtics, the OG Zeke, is he walking through that door? Is Bill Laimbeer going to punch somebody in the nose? The Detroit Pistons? Did you mean the Lions?
No.
Or did you mean for NFL?
Nope. Detroit basketball. And don't get me wrong, they're 1-4. They are. They are 1-4. But I say it because of this, Travis. Listen to me, all right? Walk with me for this one, all right?
Man.
Walk with me.
Sure.
This is why I say this with the Detroit Pistons.
Boy, I needed
They
to
are
laugh.
1-4, but they are 4th in the East in opponent points per game.
So?
They are locking teams up.
Oh, God.
Hold on. A team that most people circle on their calendar as an easy W. We're going to walk into Detroit. They're going to come in. We're going to blow them out by 40, 30, whatever. We're going to have a good night going out, blah, blah, blah. Shout out to Eminem pulling up on him, hanging out with Big Sean. That's not how it's been. Travis, they have not lost a game this season by more than 12 points.
So they're
far.
covering spreads.
I'm not worried about the spread. I'm just saying that this team has been competing.
I guess, man.
They have been competing. And the 76ers team, who has been struggling, don't get me wrong, at home against them, thought they had an easy W to get back on the winning streak. No. They come in, they do what they do. Cade plays the game that he is. Tobias, man,
I like him.
He has been awful on offense, Tobias Harris.
Yeah,
but his defense and his leadership has shined for this young team. If they can learn how to put it together at the end of games, because they're in every game.
Yeah.
Which I think JB Bickerstaff can help them figure out through the course of this season. Yeah. This could be a team that you are afraid to play if you're a head coach, because you know your team is not taking them seriously. A trap game every night, and that's why I say teams should be afraid to play the Detroit Pistons.
I'm going to tell you where I laughed. Afraid is too strong. I think this is a team you have to respect. Look, Tobias Harris, I'm not a fan. I hear what you're saying defensively. I'll give him his flowers there. I'm a huge Cade Cunningham fan.
Yes.
And I think Ivy can play too.
100%.
They have talent.
Yes.
They've had talent.
Yep.
They just haven't been able to put it together. You remember I defended Bickerstaff getting run out of town in Cleveland. I just thought Donovan Mitchell didn't want him, and that's what happened. And he wanted Kenny Atkinson. But, listen, I guess I'll respect the Pistons if and when they start winning games, but to say I'm afraid is laughable. That's why I let that hearty belly laugh out. Here's another one. I brought him up. I think the Cavs. Look, Kenny Atkinson came into what I called a toxic situation.
Yes.
Where you have really talented players there in Cleveland, but you can't quite get over the hump in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Everyone blames a coach. Okay, you run him out of town. And you bring in a guy in Kenny Atkinson, and you're basically like, it's on you now. I thought that was a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
But to come out of the gate the way the Cavs had, as you know better than anyone who played the game at a Division I level, winning cures all. So if you come out of the gate winning games, it's easier for your players, for that locker room, for your front office to have buy-in to what you're trying to do as a coach. So I think Cleveland, the way they play defense, if their stars can stay healthy, and the way Atkinson has them playing now, Ante, I think the Cavs are scary.
I would agree with that. I think the Cavs are scary. I will give them their flowers. I think Atkinson has done a great job of getting Evan Mobley to be more of the focal point of the offense, which has freed up Donovan Mitchell.
Right.
I'll give him his flowers on that. I'm not really too bothered by them being 4-0 undefeated so far to start this season. It doesn't really mean much to me. I don't really feel like they've been challenged that greatly at the beginning of the season, to be honest. But it is a team that teams need to continue to be ready for, because at the end of the day, all of this stuff is about the moment, right?
Yep.
When you meet teams. And this team is feeling good, because winning feels good no matter who you beat. And so if you're coming to face this Cavaliers team anytime in the next couple of games, it's a team that's going to be feeling confident, feeling good, feeling happy, new head coach, everything. So magnificent. We beat LeBron, and Bronny James got his first point, and we did everything, and everybody's giving us our flowers for how nice we were to Bronny. And we're doing everything right for once in Cleveland.
Yeah.
So this is a team you should definitely be afraid for. My last one that I'll give you is not a good situation. This one's a bad one. A team that should feel nervous, and their fan base should feel very, very nervous right now, is the Denver Nuggets.
Why?
Because
you shouldn't feel nervous.
They should be nervous.
Oh, my God.
And my reasoning for that is the Denver Nuggets have been letting everybody and their mama get a bucket on them. I mean,
no defense.
No defense whatsoever. I mean, Travis and I could go out there right now and give whoever's playing against the Denver Nuggets at least 20 points in the game.
No, you.
You too. I might have 18. You got 2.
Nah, I'm going to have assist from passing to you. Hey, look, dog, I can't move laterally. I can hit like a mid-range. I tell you what, with the way they play defense, I'll give you about 6 points. I'll give you about 6. But I'm going to have some assists tag because I'm feeding you.
I mean, they let Dorian Finney-Smith get 17 on them. 17 from him.
Facts.
This Denver Nuggets team has been as bad as they can be. We saw it in the preseason, and we say, hey, let's not worry. Let's not get scared because they played the Celtics twice, blah, 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 whatever, Abu Dhabi, all this other stuff, right?
Yeah.
But the Westbrook fit hasn't looked great. He looks like he's shooting way too many threes, getting out of his zone.
He is.
They're not guarding anybody. Nobody besides Nikola Jokic is doing anything.
Right.
And I don't think he can carry them for 82. And we have to hope that he stays healthy. If not, this could get really ugly for the Denver Nuggets really quick.
I'm not worried at all. Listen, not to say that skill isn't involved, but defense mainly is attitude. Mm-hmm. And I just think at some point they're too well coached. They're too talented of a team to not play some damn defense. I mean, just get time. I always say this, and I thought the Mavericks did a really good job of this because they're not the greatest defensive team you've ever seen.
Yes.
But they got to the finals last year, and I thought they did a really great job playing timely defense, getting timely stops.
Yeah.
Luka showed for once, because we had never seen it, but Luka showed I can lock down and play defense in spots, big moments when it's needed. Same with Kyrie. So, you know, I mean, look, the Nuggets don't play defense. We know that. But if they can, as the season goes on, pick their spots in big moments, big games, they'll be fine.
We'll see, because the Mavericks, the difference is the Mavericks were one of the worst defensive teams in the league.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
This is bad. This is next level.
This is really bad for a team that's supposed to be a contender. The team that you put in the finals.
Yes, I'm not losing sleep over
that
pick.
That's why I'm saying be nervous. I'm not saying be nervous about missing the playoffs or anything like that. I think they still make the playoffs.
Sure.
But be nervous for a deep playoff run, I don't see it out of this Denver Nuggets team from what I've seen so far.
Something's up with Jamal Murray too. I don't know what's going on. It's almost like Space Jam, like he's lost his power. But I got to tell you, your Pistons take and this Nuggets take, I'm very concerned about you. Here are my other ones. The Magic. I think the Magic, man, they're starting to like get more of an identity offensively.
Okay.
I mean, like this team, they play real. They're the opposite of the Nuggets. They play real defense. Real defense. They're grimy. Even though they're young, they're like a grimy sort of team.
Yeah.
But this Paolo Banchero kid, I mean, he's averaging nearly 30. He had 50-something the other night.
Yeah.
This kid, I think offensively, they're starting now to be like, okay, bro, like here, carry us home. And he's doing it. I think the Magic are scary. Here's another one. The Thunder, I mean, it's no surprise, but they are living up to the hype to me, Ante.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times teams come in, especially young teams. It's one of the reasons I like the Magic. Young teams come in with the hype. They won the season before kind of for the first time. Remember, Thunder, youngest number 1 seed ever. I mean, like, so could you come in this year and kind of come out flat? Sure. I mean, if I were a Thunder fan, I would think that. I would probably automatically think that.
Yep.
Not the case. This team is for real. They're scary good. They could, I believe, were they your pick for the finals?
Yes.
Okay, so, I mean, hey, you should be feeling pretty good. And I'm going Dallas Mavericks here because I just, listen, say what you want. I think Clay is a really good fit. Like he's working.
He's looked good.
Now, obviously,
we
it's
know
a long
how
season.
It goes with him.
Right,
ebbs and flows.
Yes,
there's highs and lows.
But early on, Ante.
Yep.
I mean, with those two, with Luka and Kyrie able to do what they do, he's going to be open.
Yeah.
Like I almost think you needed more Klay Thompson. I think they needed more shooters.
Yeah.
Because those two can cook and they're so creative that whoever's out there is going to be open. It just happens that Klay is hitting his shots for now. So the Mavericks are a scary team.